Well, here it is Friday already, and I'm just sitting here at the house by myself for a little bit. My husband had to go get some labs drawn that his primary care doctor wanted him to get done yesterday, but now you've got to go to this lab that the hospital uses for pretty much all their patients up in the doctor office complex, and it's always cram packed. And typically, you're sitting up there for a few hours waiting just to get blood drawn. So he's just got through, and he left at like 8 o'clock this morning, and going by the grocery store. I told him I wanted to see if they had any shoestring French fries, but it was looking pretty bare. My son does work at another grocery store chain here in town, and he sent me a picture a little while ago of the egg section, and there's like maybe 15, maybe 20 dozen eggs left out of the whole aisle. And I'm like, goodness gracious, what are they going to do if there's a prolonged outage? I mean, I guess some people say you can stick eggs outside and they'll be okay. If it stays cold, they should be okay. But I don't know what it's going to do. It may not do anything. We may just get a cold rain, which I hope that's what happens, because I don't want a nice storm. I've lived through a few of those, and I don't want to deal with not having power for several days. Yes, I've got a few generators that I bought back when I worked at Harbor Freight, but I'd prefer to have my power. You know what I mean? That's about it. That's what we're just sitting here waiting on to see what's going to happen this weekend. It's going to either be good or bad. Hopefully it's the first of the two I said. But how is everyone? How are all of y'all doing right now? I don't know how. I know I get people to watch me from other parts of the country that may not be in line of this winter storm, because the way it's looking right now, Tennessee over into North Carolina, Virginia, lower Kentucky are just going to get hammered with freezing rain. And in northern Kentucky, they're saying 8 to 12 inches of snow. Because, I mean, they said it's like a sharp cutoff line between where the snow is and the freezing rain. So, like I said, we'll see. We'll see. But I think it's going to be bad. Because at first it was looking like Tennessee, especially over in Nashville, was going to get like a foot of snow. And then that all changed like 2 days ago. And the reason for that is because the low is tracking a lot further north, I guess, than what they were first projecting. And because of that, it's pulled everything north, whereas Atlanta initially was in the bullseye for a major ice storm. And now it's right on the edge. Like northeast Georgia's in a winter storm warning, whereas where I live is in a watch right now. I don't know if it'll be upgraded to a warning. If so, when. They may wait and see once it starts if they're going to issue one or not. But either way, the grocery stores here are bare. Like, I needed buns yesterday because we had barbecue sandwiches for dinner last night, and that's all they had left on the aisle was buns. Luckily, what I needed is what they had left. They didn't have any loaves of bread left. I mean, people are grabbing all that 7-grain bread that I think so nasty. People are grabbing that. I guess just whatever they can get their hands on. Oh, and the sandwich meats. Oh, they're empty. All that. So hopefully he'll find some shoestring fries. Because I don't know tonight if I want to just do hot dogs and French fries, or if I want to do chicken sandwiches. I never know. I'm one of these types. I used to always plan ahead. I would put like an itinerary, I guess you would say, for the week. I'd put down what I'm going to fix every day. But I kind of threw that out the window when I got sick, because I wasn't able to do anything. I'm still not able to stand but for a minute, and I had to sit back down. So it has to be things that I can just get up and stir or check on and sit back down. I just can't stand at the stove. For example, like if I'm doing country fried steak and I want to keep an eye on it, I'm not able to do that. But that sure does sound good, though. Think about it. Some country fried steak and gravy and some homemade mashed potatoes. Oh, goodness. I think I'm going to try to do that once I see what this weather's going to do. Because I don't think I have any cube steak in the freezer. I think I've got a couple, but I need to get a few more. Anywho, I'm just talking out loud now. All right, everything's quiet, and it's gonna stay that way because I'm not even going to comment to that person anymore. No matter what they throw my way, what kind of harassment. Not doing it no more. Absolutely not. So they make their little snide videos and stuff, or little comments, or talking to themselves. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I do wish they would stop. I think a real man of God would have never started to begin with. But, that's just my opinion. And people like that. And my son was a victim of sexual abuse at the hands of a Sunday school teacher. And going through all that, and the church that this man taught Sunday school at thought he was being wrongfully accused, even though this man was caught doing things at the aquatic center. A lifeguard and 3 other employees saw him doing it, and plus it was on video. My son and 2 other boys, and it made the Fox 5 News in Atlanta. I think that's the only one that came out and posted anything about it. We didn't talk to them, but they just went to the aquatic center and talked about it. But the man was caught doing it red-handed, and I was with my son for a year and a half of therapy, and the church defended him the whole time. Talked horrible about us and the young victims. Talked horrible about little boys. They visited him in jail, prayed with him every week, put money on his books, continued to put money on his books once he was sentenced and sent to state prison. So that right there had already knocked my face, seeing how these Christians treated a pedophile, a true pedophile, and then having to deal with this man who calls himself a Christian. Y'all just knocked my faith in Christianity right out the door. Right out the door. And you keep talking about me all you want, but I know that I'm a good person. I know that. As long as I know that, my family knows that, my friends know that, that's all that matters to me. Not what some 56-year-old says.